Hey guys, this is Matt for Creative. Today we are back, that's the cat's food automatic feeder, with another film camera, and we just went over this camera. This is the Canon AE1 program. Love this camera. I've been shooting Portra 800 in it, but then I found this camera. I had no idea that I had this camera at all. This is the, Kyocera Slim T. This is functionally a Yashica T4, and for the longest time, I remember talking about this in other videos. I was shooting film, not developing it, ever. I was like, I don't care about this as much, and I don't want to put the money into it, and I don't have the time. I have reversed course, and now I'm shooting with film. I'm loving film, and the pictures that you saw before this were things that I shot with this camera here. I just went over how this camera, this Canon AE1 program, is my favorite camera. The look of this for just shooting random things and people, it's amazing. Right now, I currently have Portra 800, but I shot all the photographs you saw before with Fujifilm 200, the most basic of things possible, the least expensive film that currently I can find that's color negative, I think. I'm just learning about this like as we talk about this right now. It is just such a game changer. While this, no flash, have to get everything right, have to manually focus. This one, it has its little issues because it's an older camera, but literally open it, get focused through the little viewfinder here, half press, make sure that you're focused, and just take that shot. Now there are some times where it did not get the subject at hand, but those pictures, they still look good. For me, I'm still learning. I am very used to having a camera like this and literally taking 30 photos in 2 seconds. And I was just getting bored with it. Bored of the tack sharp focus, bored of just having to like comb through 2,000 images after a shoot. And this honestly changed the way that I shot. And then when I found this camera, it's like, wow, I have this perfect little camera. And the only reason why I started shooting with this one as well, because I have other basic fixed focus point and shoots, was I was like, okay, what is this thing that I have here? So I looked it up online, and whenever I looked this up, the Kyocera Slim T, it came up as the Yashica T4. And I was like, I know the Yashica T4, this is not it. But then I looked at it again, and I was like, this is it. And I believe this may be a Japan-only model. Why it's called Slim T and not just worded some other way, I may be completely wrong on this, it is exactly this camera. If you look up Yashica T4, certain variations are this exact one. I don't know if this one is weatherproof. I would love it to be, but I don't think this necessarily is. Maybe it just isn't marked as such. But I love how small this camera is. It's a plastic camera, which is why I kind of grouped it together with other plastic things, which I never thought I was going to ever look again at. But this glass on here, I did not even notice. And I kind of didn't really think about this too much because I don't really look at the stuff that I have around me. I just kind of shoot with it. But this is a Carl Zeiss lens. 3.5 Carl Zeiss lens, a T-Star, which after doing more research, I found that is just a glass lens on a less expensive at the time than, you know, the Contax T2s and all of that, which are very expensive now. I just looked it up, they're like $1,500. This one is going for about $500 or $600. At the time it was just less, and currently it is less than a titanium body camera. But I'm so happy that I found this and I shot a random thing. Putting Fujifilm 200 in this can show you that I had no expectations about this whatsoever, and I was on the border of not actually getting this film development because this camera seems to have an issue where you can see there's the we're at 3 right now, and I definitely made sure that the previous roll of film was 36 exposures, this camera kind of gets a little bit weird around 24 frames, and then at 26 frames, it felt honestly like it was just pulling at itself, and it just re-spooled, because this has an automatic thing where it will rewind the film, and it just rewound at 26 frames. I don't know if there's a way to change this, but there's nothing really that I can do right now. That's just an unfortunate thing. But I took it to Sammy's, and again, I'm not promoted by this guy, but this guy does an amazing job. This is Sammy's Photo Lab right here. If you're in New York City, you go to him. He is the best. But I told him, okay, I have no idea if this is just going to be a garbage roll, but it stopped at 26 instead of 36. Maybe there's something wrong. Maybe it just got crunched up. Maybe it's all just garbage inside. But when I got the photos back, they were usable, but I only did get 26 photos. So maybe that's just all that I'm working with, which means that I'm just getting 10 shots less than I ever will. Maybe there's a way to fix this. I have not even gone to a repair shop for this, but just having something like this that is pocketable is going to make things so nice. I'm going to the Knicks game tomorrow, and learning from experience, you cannot bring anything in with an interchangeable lens, even if it's something just as tiny and flat like that. So definitely cannot bring this camera in, but I can bring this camera in. It's a point and shoot. They're gonna look at it and be like, okay, yeah, that's tiny, and you're definitely not gonna get anything. You're not gonna get in trouble. It's not a professional camera, but the way that I took those pictures with flash, without flash, they're crisp. It has some background blur when you get like the subject close enough. So happy with this. And I mentioned, this is my favorite camera. This one has a totally different, just kind of point and shoot look, and I like it. It actually has the same kind of look, not exactly, as this camera that I use. This is a Canon M100. This is the smallest camera that I use personally, and I use it with a flash a lot, and I kind of like that kind of just like snapshot, fashion-y snapshot kind of look, and this may be something that I pair. I have my analog film version of this, and then I have my small little camera here. Look, it fits in the body without the lens. That's kind of cool, right? Because when I'm going for a more professional look, I have this. This is the Canon M6 Mark II with a little viewfinder up here. And then for film, it's going to be this. But now I have kind of everything that I need for a very pocketable and small system. And hey, if this turns out to be weather resistant, waterproof, I'm going to be happy. But guys, I'm still learning film. I am far away from being any good at this, but I'm just starting this journey. And guys, if you have any comments or questions, put everything in the comment section below. Don't forget, I'm on Instagram at m8b9. You can email me at matt8b9@gmail.com. Look at that camera. I hope it doesn't break, because literally as I was, look at this. Wait, is it gonna do it again? Nope. The door got stuck open when I turned it off. I don't know about that, but we'll see exactly how this goes. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.